I think one of her movies did very well in Ghana here. We can talk about The Perfect Picture. Okay. I think not only in Ghana but Africa as a whole. I think it did so well that I think she made good money and also a name for herself. I don't see the need for her to come out the way that she came out.
It's a loose talk because when you look at Shirley's work all the way from the past, there's one thing I really like. Visuals. The camera qualities are perfect.
He has no knowledge about what he was talking about. Because those things are the things that we use to teach kids. Shatta for as an example. Shatta can mention a money that even industry players will hear and go like, nah.
They
this doubt. Can't be true. Yes.
Sometimes they doubt.
They will doubt it.
And I thought, actually, Roland, Charlie, how do you supposed to share your book academia?
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Danny Beats Classic.
Well, some people may be throwing back today because it is a Thursday, but here we are living in the present. We are looking at what is happening now and to have our conversations on. This is Showbiz Daily. My name is Sammy Flex. Gentlemen are seated for us to talk, vibe, and discuss some of the very pertinent issues within our showbiz space. In the studio, man like Clifford Barner is here. I want to believe nurses in Ghana, they have called off their strike. Because he's a nurse himself. Boss, have you guys called off the strike now?
No, we've suspended it. We've not called it off. Suspended the difference.
So now you are back to the wards?
Yes.
Everybody is back to the wards?
Briefly.
So people have stopped dying?
Yes. Well,
unfortunately, my father-in-law also died.
Whoa, during the strike?
Yes! Yes.
Clarify. Is it because of the strike or
he died? Yes, because he was at Kolebu. When the strike happened, they had to move him to some private hospital.
Oh, okay.
So it was there that he died.
He died. But do you know what was his condition before they moved him?
I'll tell you more.
You can't say
you can't say it. But I mean, I just want to draw the distinction. Say it may not be as a result of the strike.
Well, you wouldn't take it. That's why they are taking the dead bodies to the police station. That's it. Well, Intimdo the Solomon Chemo is also here, seated for the day. Sammy Flex TV online department manager and Intimdo Dosu Digital Solutions. Now, let's go straight to our first topic for the day. And this is coming from the camp of Shirley Frimpong Manso, aka Sparrow Productions boss. What is her problem? Her problem is simple. We were here when Hollywood gave us Straw, produced by Tyler Perry. And as a matter of fact, the movie caught the attention of the whole world. Some people were crying watching. Some people were sobbing. Well, when I watched it, it was a normal story. Maybe because I come from Africa. Because here, we live in the hardship. So when I watched it, I said, so what? What were they fighting about? Is it the fact that they were locked in that bank? Is the fact that the lady shot the guy? Like what power was the problem? Well, I don't know. But to them, they felt that they should cry. Everybody, I remember the 2 days or 3 days that the movie came out. Social media. You wouldn't pass a post without seeing Straw. I'm crying. Where are my tissues? Like everywhere like that. I was forced to go watch it. In fact, me, I have to rush to go watch a movie. I should tell you something because me, I watch movies later cry. So, this Shirley Frimpong Manso also saw it. And I'm sure when she was seeing people commenting, saying, incredible. Over the years, me, I've been writing movies, releasing movies here in Ghana. Nobody is talking about it. So, she went for an interview. I want to believe out of the store. No, I'll go to interview and go and fire. I know that thing song. Yeah, people not going to back of fire. And she went on, she appeared on Hits FM, Daybreak, daybreak something. And when she was there in the interview, she actually vented her anger and said that the way Ghanaians were making noise about Straw, the Tyler Perry movie Straw, if they had made the same noise about her like she is now producing in Hollywood, some people say, hey, who told you that? Do you think we just make the noise? You are not getting us to make the noise, that's why. Well, there are some people who are with her, some people are against her. Let's go listen to what she said, how she said it, and when I come back, I pick views of my people here in the studio, then we can hit the ground running. Stay tuned, I'll be back.
Recently, I saw something that was going around. I think Tyler Perry released a film called Straw,
Exactly.
and there's been so much talk about it on our social media pages and stuff. And I said, I don't remember getting this kind of attention when I have released a film. Do you understand? And so it's not balancing. Why are we talking about Tyler Perry's movie when we could easily have that same attention come to a Shirley Frimpong Manso movie? Do you understand? We have put films there that critically examine a lot of things. Recently, we released a film called Chasing Lullaby on Mother's Day.
Right.
It's a film that we shot a few years ago, and then we released it on our YouTube page. And you should see the film. It's a beautiful film that talks about mothers, in all forms, and and I didn't see the media pick it up and make a whole song and dance about it like they are doing with Tyler Perry movie. He doesn't care about us. We have to care about our own. We have to push our own. Do you get? And that's what Nigeria is doing and doing effectively. They push their own. They promote their own. They support their own.
Well, Chebo, maybe you can start this one. Sparrow Productions is not happy with you guys.
Yeah.
Especially those who are doing straw. What do you tell them?
I think Shirley Frimpong Manso should be the one that I have to tell her something.
Okay.
Yeah, she needs to hear the. I don't like the word the truth because she needs to hear my opinion. Let me say it like that instead of saying she needs to hear the truth.
Yeah.
Because some people will say, I'm going to tell her the truth, but
it's not the truth.
It's not the truth. It's your opinion.
It's
your opinion. I think this is not the first time that Tyler Perry's movie is going viral like that. I think one of them that we can also talk about will be Acrimony. Acrimony also went viral like this. What it means is that he is doing something that can trigger the kind of reaction that he is getting.
Exactly.
So why are you crying if you can't do same? Why do you want the same treatment that you have not worked for? So I think Shirley Frimpong Manso should rather look at her way of doing her movies. If she wants the kind of reaction that Tyler Perry is getting, then she should do same or even better than what he is doing, so that she will also solicit or she will also get the same kind of reaction that she's looking for. I think one of her movies did very well in Ghana here. We can talk about The Perfect Picture. I think not only in Ghana but Africa as a whole. I think it did so well that I think she made good money and also a name for herself. I don't see the need for her to come out the way that she came out. We are in a capitalist economy. I mean, you do something that you think people are interested in, they will come naturally for it. If you don't have to blackmail people emotionally or in a way solicit for the support that you don't deserve. I'm saying that you don't deserve because of Tyler Perry getting it without calling anybody for it.
Exactly.
Yes. But for you are saying that people should support you because you are a Ghanaian. People should support you because you are an African. And for me, I disagree with that thing. People should support you because you have done something
right.
That they will do it without you even
calling them to do it.
And we can say same for Tyler Perry. He didn't call anybody to say that do this kind of reaction. Even if he did, he has paid them or something for them to do that.
Okay.
It is not like just like let's support people outside, but not our own. It's not like that. So for me, I think she should stop talking like that and rather work hard and also come up with a strategy that she feels that it will work for people to for her to get the reaction that she's looking for. She's a very good producer. Sure. She has done fantastic works, and I think, in fact, at a point I was even blaming her for not leading people on YouTube because I think she has good material. She has done so much that if she had started earlier producing on YouTube, she would, maybe at this point I could have said that he had done better than Tyler Perry in a certain areas. But she was too late in the game. Just that she has started, and I think it's good that she is starting, and she should focus on that. And for me, I have no doubt about her capabilities. She will go far. But this particular incident that she is bringing out, for me, is unnecessary, and I don't support her in any way.
Well, what do you guys also think? Tyler Perry gives us a movie Straw. Everybody talks about it. A Ghanaian producer seems to be jealous, and I use jealous advisedly because she wants it, but she envies that particular buzz that was around the movie. But unfortunately, she's not getting it, and because of that, she's not happy. She's talking. Let me listen to Clifford Brown.
Brother,
yes, boss.
A shame is that this was coming from Shirley.
Okay, can you free one?
From plastic. It's someone I've been looking up to.
Okay.
When I was acting, I've always yearned to even be a light man
for her production.
For a set. Yeah,
oh, I see.
My journey for years. Only Abdusalam.
Okay,
very Abdusalam. Yeah. I've always yearned just to be part of the act, even if not to have a cast, just to be part of the act. So a shame is that this is coming from there.
Okay.
Because statement no here no. I would say it's a loose talk. It's a loose talk because when you look at Shirley's work all the way from the past, there's one thing about I really like. Visuals, the camera qualities are perfect. The stories are good. So I realized there was something she was lacking. Something that could push her across board. Something that could, let me use the word marketing. Yeah, I'm using marketing in the broader scope.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? With this current straw, do you know anytime I log on to my Netflix, that's one of the first stories like that pops up. Even till now.
It means people are really demanding.
He has paid for it to come up.
The moment you log on to your Netflix, and it's not just me. I do home care, so I do visit people at home. We use Netflix. The moment they log on, I say, one of the very few we never pop, straw.
It's part of it.
I saw my wife watching, honestly, one night be. The following 2 days, I went to see a patient. No, she didn't do bank scene. So whilst I was working on the patient, it caught my attention. I said, no, I'll watch this movie. It's in bed do fear, no. And when it's always popping on my feeds, no, let me watch it. I'm told go share. So if she really, her works are good, her storylines are good, she can actually break barriers.
Okay.
I can't be crazy. She should just get some few contacts or some few people who could help her just to break through the market, and she can do better. Shirley, by all standard, is good.
Yeah.
By all standards, she is good. So it's not too far from her to attain this.
Get to
the up panel. And one say no. Or just onion didn't more. That's all she'll get there. Yeah.
Well, so Shirley, you are on the right track, as many people are saying. You just have to do what you're doing, do it well, and make sure your stories will appeal to the emotions of people, and they will talk about it.
Yeah.
But I still remember when Shirley released Perfect Picture. It was discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perfect Picture was really discussed by many people.
But in all those days, it wasn't the days of social media. Traditional media. That's why she couldn't go far
like that.
Yeah, because I remember Perfect Picture, people discussed it.
Yeah. In fact, it revived even Abrantia Amachi's songs and everything.
Thank you.
She did so well with that.
Yes, there was that debate that particular movie revived Abrantia.
Yeah.
Then Abrantia was playing shows all over.
So
she should understand that
you have it already. Why are you crying for this?
It's right in its own way.
Yeah.
Because from you, Madia. The movie be echo from Madia.
Yeah.
All the series of Madia. It was everywhere.
Acrimony.
It was everywhere. So and also on the right, says now Shirley, when you come to our movie industry in Ghana, I don't think you can mention any name apart from Shirley. Maybe Onufia and Abdusalam Beba. Do you understand? So she also have her own right, just as Tyler Perry also have his own right. But she should find a way to break out of the Ghanaian markets. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to other stories right here on Showbiz Daily. And this one, I'm happy people like Chemo and Clifford, they are here because they have been able to go through the school system very well and they've gotten somewhere with it. If you don't discuss this topic with some people of this stature, they will not get it right. Akrobeto is a popular actor. He has made his name very well within the Ghanaian movie industry and now as a television presenter. He has said something that has gotten me thinking that, hey, some of these things, when people sit somewhere and they speak like this, like Chemo always say, people will say, hey, Okanyezo. But how many chop now, you know, Osambo beyond, that's okay. Well, maybe it will be one of such. What Akrobeto is saying is that, and there is a story that I would want to read briefly, so we can run away from here and look at other things. Akrobeto is saying something, and what he's saying is that in Ghana, we are obviously following unnecessary things when it comes to education. Akrobeto thinks that when we go to school, and especially during our childhood, Anne and Adele's era, and they start teaching a lie and a lie. A tiger. Let me read a story. It says, Ghanaian actor and comedian Akwasi Buadi, popularly known as Akrobeto, has expressed dissatisfaction with the quality of education provided to students in Ghana. He pointed out that some of the subjects taught in schools over the years, including unnecessary children's rhymes like A Lion Has a Tail, have had little to no impact on students' lives. You go to school and be beaten to learn. A lion has a tail. So how would this improve our lives? It doesn't help in any way. So the teachers should rather teach relevant things. Speaking in an interview on Adom TV, Akrobeto explained that he chose to enroll his children in good schools because they may not inherit his unique talent. I'm sure those schools don't teach a lion. And without proper education, they could face challenges in life. If I don't enroll my children in school, they might not be likely to have the talent I have. They will grow and insult me for not taking care of them. People will also criticize me that I didn't take my children to school. Akrobeto went on to reflect on his upbringing, stating that he was unable to attend school because his father struggled financially. However, he said he is determined to give his children the opportunity he didn't have. My father wasn't having enough money. That is why it is what it is today. Well, Cliff, maybe you would want to start this one. Akrobeto is not happy with
As well, okay, I was telling my place I work, say primary 5 at Mr. Boame's shop. I say, "Asema kwa."
I remember myself. The black cat and the
Mr. Focus Cocoa Farm.
Mr. Boama, the one who was selling
market there at
bread.
Obiba Deki. A market day at Alidu and the goat.
So you agree with him?
100%.
Oh, Zah.
I tell you. Right, Sammy?
For real?
Oh, really?
Yeah. After I gave birth, even though I realized some of this thing, but after giving birth, I realized we need to abolish. Do you know, say, as of now, the only reason why, let me digress a bit, but I'll come back. The only reason why me say, I have not really gone astray was because of the early discipline edition. That's the only reason, that's the only thing that kept me. Because we grew up from an area, very rowdy, basta life, and I'm really exposed to all sort of life.
Okay.
Almost my circles in basta. But then, say, I said, me kwa. There's baby or a clicking that I come back because of the early beginning. Now, you know, where am I coming from? Now, the chair kola ashase no. They are fundamentals. On Jemu, they build on the fundamentals and they grow with it.
Okay.
So, Cheno, Elijah, and so what?
Ish.
Oh, and so what? Recently, Father's Day, last Friday, I went home. You know what my son brought?
No.
My son is 3 or even 3 years in November.
Okay.
He brought me a card, well-crafted card. Me do feel my wife gave it to me and said, Happy Father's Day, be a more nice, Happy Father's Day. I was like, hey, did you do this? I said, no, that's what they did in school.
Okay.
It's in crèche on do class 1. I started some with creativity. It's nice. It was say, oh, you can visualize something in your mind and can bring it to birth and to look good. I didn't know we'd be discussing this. I would have brought a card.
Okay.
Now I'm that chairman for. But we almost try with I remember you go to school, even as far as the HS with the well-labeled diagram, draw the fish. I told I don't know if you remember. I told my brothers, my niece, my nephew, catcher and teacher. On my open day, so my brother asked me to go for him. When I was checking through his books, well, he's an average student, not too good, not too bad. So the teacher was saying, oh, your son is good, but on your teacher, extra, like more extra classes. And I told him, so I'd rather take him to Shatawale to teach him what he did to come out after 10 years than booking an extra classes teacher for him.
I see.
But yeah, we've gotten to a point where, yes, the theory matters, but it comes with practical life too. So once you are doing the theory, you have to put the practice, you have to put in the practicals. And we are full of theory, reciting. Recently, there was a set that shows our students that goes outside to study. They're bound to grade that they are the brilliant ones. They score the highest grade. But yesterday, when they come to the working environment, they are not productive.
Okay.
Because we do chew, poor, pass, and forget. They want us to memorize things, rhyme it, but we don't even know the application of whatever it is.
Okay.
So we've gone past that, and we are moving. The world is moving faster. So in the sense, we need to show working. Remember, try and rattle a whole note for me. How do you apply the notes? How do you put it in real life? Because we are living in real life, not an illusional world. So whatever it is that you are teaching me, how can I put it into practice? And these are the things you need to be showing the children from infancy. Because those are the foundations. They will never forget. They will never, ever, ever forget. Recently, we were working something like Omiye, and my boss was he was trying to find out who did it.
Okay.
And I made a comment. The mischief done in everybody's house is done by Mr. Nobody. Yeah, I heard everyone say, hey, so remember the things we were taught in private.
The mischief that everybody is not by Mr. Nobody.
Still, and when we more still. So imagine that Mr. Nobody no I'm chairman, no. I'm chairman say, hey, I can't be, and now your time, me that business will still be with me.
I see.
And I'll be inventing. It's our time we put that invention spirit in the young ones coming. So they need to be creative. They need to invent. Yeah, those era of.
But you can use Mr. Nobody to invent. You can use it to write a song.
Yes.
And it will.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So he's only thinking about maybe hardware.
Let's do the hard. And don't be telling me unnecessary stories. I saw 2 little boys standing on the wall. Why is my gun? Like. And then like no. Yes, I will get it for the concept. Say you are helping the child to string words together.
Good.
Fine, it could be, but
that's
it doesn't make sense.
That's the purpose.
That doesn't make sense, trust.
Well, Chewo, take over from there.
It shouldn't make sense. There are misconceptions in the system, and people mix things. I mean, Akrobeto complaining about our educational system is like he has the right to say so. In fact, I will be with him if he's complaining about our educational system in general.
Yes.
But when he zooms in
To a lion.
To a lion has a tail, the rhyme and the other things, then he will lose me, obviously. The thing is that there are tools that they use to teach kids how to talk, how to invent words, how to string things together. It has nothing to do with the kind of education that they are looking for. Like Clifford is saying, it has nothing to do with that. That a lion has a tail is to teach your kid how to talk, how to come up with words, how to remember certain things, how to follow instructions. That's the purpose of that.
And again, it is even to entertain them. Because children at that stage, even if you are teaching them and it comes with no entertainment, it doesn't enter.
It won't go.
Satan na kwara me and I kocha am say send a tutu
yeah, or no, what the tutu one or no, or no, sorry, enum no petty.
That they give me
so that there's a need, or there's a purpose for those things that they teach. You can take a lion has a tail out, but there are hundreds or thousands of them elsewhere. The lion has a tail that you are hearing is coming from Ghanaian or maybe African or whatever that they are teaching that. There's a similar one in America or wherever.
Side example.
Oh, you can watch Coco Melon, a lot of them. There are so many rhyming things that they do there. Paw Patrol, they have rhyme scheme. In fact, if you can sing it, then you get a point.
Yeah.
The kids watch, they learn the lyrics or the rhymes alongside. After that, then they will get reward, even on the television.
Yeah.
And it's a way to teach them languages.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the engineering that you are interested in. Yes, you are interested in engineering, fine. It will get to a point.
Even at that level.
Yes, it will get to a point that they can go there. So for me, there's something going on in our education system that I don't like.
Oh, of course.
But always, people will misconstrue that and then push in something that it is not only Ghanaians that we are teaching. All over the world, rhyming scheme is part of education when you are growing up. And there are so many examples that we can cite if we go online. When you talk about cricket soya, for example, on the chicken and the hawk and all those things, you can see the level that we get this thing. It is just to get you to even follow stories, have that kind of happiness in it. Obiba JK and Greenhawks and I think the Red Lions. Red Lions and Greenhawks, Alidu and his goat and all those things. There are stories that even when you grow like we are now, we still remember that kind of stories. It is also a way to teach some people that who can fabricate stories and tell it later in life. It has helped some people, but we will ignore them or we will not take them serious because we were looking at something else. We've been talking about Find X, and some people will say, Find X, what is it doing in our life? Meanwhile, you plan, and there are some variables that you can't get because of other things. And those are the X in your life. Even in your life planning, there are variables that you can't find. So the problem here that I will agree with anybody is that when they are teaching some of these things, they don't make us understand a way that will be applicable to our lives. But we are not the only ones studying them. Even in America or wherever that you want to cite that they are doing good things, they do it.
Exactly.
The Chinese kids that you think that they don't only teach them engineering, they teach them languages too. That's why, in fact, some of our people, when they go there, they teach languages, then they make good money.
Exactly.
They make good money. And do you know what they are teaching them? A lion has a tail now. Because through that, the Chinese kids can speak English language, they can get the rhyming scheme going and everything. So I agree with Akrobeto when he says that our
The whole
education
educational
system,
system has a problem.
we have to do something.
Yes.
But to zoom in on tools or processes of teaching your kids like the way that he did the presentation, for me was no. He had no knowledge about what he was talking about. Because those things are the things that we use to teach kids.
Yes.
If you want your kids to be sharp in talking, to be sharp in memorizing, to be sharp in getting things right, these are the things that they should know.
So if you are as far as primary 3, primary 4, primary
Yes.
5, we still be teaching them those things.
No,
They don't learn a lion again.
The point I'm making
When they
here
get
is
to
that
primary 5, they don't learn a lion.
at every level,
Yes.
there's something that they teach them.
Where I know they are
Which-
teaching them lion will be the creche and the nursery.
Now,
What's that book called Montessori?
sadly, they don't want them to teach them a lion that we can relate, but they watch Coco Melon anyway and learn A B C D 1 1 1. Right, a lot of them have. I have a YouTube kid on my phone that when I go
Yes,
to
I do.
my friend's place, they will always come for it, and the first place that they will go is YouTube Kids, and what they will be watching are some of these things, and there are a lot of rhyming schemes that they are learning there. So if they don't like a lion has maybe Akrobeto will not like a lion has a tail, but wherever you take your child, they will teach that child a rhyming scheme. It's part of the learning process. So for me, I think we should be clear about it. There are certain things that I'll agree that they can do better, or there's a better way of teaching kids. Like you were saying, by force. Meanwhile, the teacher should find a better way of getting you to get it, instead of just putting that fear in you for you to learn. But don't underestimate what the rhyming scheme that the kids are learning will do to them. Don't underestimate it. Akrobeto and others who are thinking like that, I think
They have a way of impacting
yes,
on their children.
you can just do your research about the rhyming scheme and what impact the child gets for doing those things. Then you will see that it is important that they learn those
Well, as a matter of fact, when I also saw the story, I disagreed with Akrobeto because I said, Akrobeto, you are talking about children still. In fact, even if you are to talk about levels like senior high school, junior high school, where some historical facts may not be necessarily so beneficial or
yes.
impactful in their lives, that is fine. Personally, some of these
yeah.
topics, especially the most historical facts,
yeah.
I think at a point they are not needed.
Yes.
No, fuck.
Some of them, I think at a point they are not needed.
Yes.
The other day I was saying, it's even high time they start teaching how to behave on social media.
Yes.
How to how to see the social media.
It's a current trend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Than to go and teach us Osongo Empire. In Mali Empire, Songo Empire. We don't need it. At this stage, if I go and I want to know about Mali Empire, I can have time to read.
Yes.
And I understand it. But now Songo Empire and Muntaka,
Yes.
but a lion there, what are you going to teach her?
Yeah.
Adele, this is it. Anne, what are you going to teach Anne? If not a lion.
To pick up a language, to pick up the basis.
How
of
do
the
I
language.
disagree with that,
Yeah.
Robert? I agree.
So we can all agree that there are certain things that they are teaching that we can all say that, hey, this one I think we can do better. Yes. But there are certain things that is so basic that they need it.
Exactly. I agree.
They need it. So we should be careful the way we go about it. But as for what they are teaching our kids there, you know, I bet me and you be appointed at hey, we there. Yeah.
Well, let's try to attempt this one before we run away from here. And this one is about our event people in Ghana and what they have been going through. Rudy Kwachi is an event person. It's a media and cultural person. And at the moment, he granted an interview to Kwame Dazi on Joy FM during their show. And he put out a revelation that has gotten me thinking. So why are we then still stressing ourselves? What is Rudy Kwachi saying? According to Rudy Kwachi, who is really into event, like he's deep into events or heavy in events. That one I know for real. And many who would hear the name Rudy Kwachi can also attest to that. according to Rudy Kwachi, when it comes to events in Ghana, especially during this Christmas and December activities put up by musicians, nobody's selling. Nobody's selling. But because of the optics, they would go for some of these students, give them free tickets. Sometimes they even bash them to come and see their events. Most of them share free tickets just to make sure their places are filled and that things will look good. And he thinks that we are deceiving our own selves. He thinks that the event industry is really suffering. It is not easy to make money from ticket sales, especially if you don't get sponsorship. If you think you are going to just sell tickets and you make your money, no. One, people are not buying. We are giving free tickets, and the problem is there. Well, let's go catch a glimpse of what he said in this video. When I come back, I ask my people, then is it difficult for people to say, okay, at the end of the crowd, until this year, mamente, and now because of ego, because of pride, they still would want to do it. Till December, just to look good. What is the problem? And why are we not selling the tickets? Maybe we have to even consider that more than why our people will not stop. Why are we not selling the tickets? They don't have fans? The people don't like the songs? What is the problem? Let's try to tackle that, and I'll be back.
Actually, I always say tickets are insignificant to the cost of a production when we talk about Ghanaian productions, because the amount of money we charge when it comes to ticketing, it's very small. You can't depend on tickets to sponsor or to produce a show. It's impossible.
What do you depend on?
So there are other elements of making of raising funds for productions. Like, I mean, of course, we talk about sponsorships, we talk about partners, investors, and then you create other portfolios. So, for instance, I create a portfolio of exhibitors, and we have a lot of corporate organizations who wants to tap into our numbers. So we get quite a number of them.
So they pay.
Yeah, they pay. They pay to exhibit, to showcase their product and service because of the quality of audience we bring out, the quality of audience that attend our show. So you need to create other avenues or sources of raising revenue other than tickets, because I don't know which event organizer, apart from maybe my shows that I do at maybe the Theatre on the Cruise, the theatre in the middle of the Volta Lake.
Yeah,
those are high-end productions.
Yeah.
So we take people pay 1,200.
Yeah.
So for such events, when you sell out, there's a high possibility that the revenue you generate from the tickets could pay for the cost of the event, one way or the other. But how many events can charge people 1,200? It's not possible. Even the musical concerts, I don't remember any though. You could have maybe the VIP tickets going for such amounts, but the general tickets, which is the larger proportion of people you're looking out for, cannot charge that amount one way or the other. So for me, it's not about tickets. So people genuinely can sell out, but they'll be broke because maybe they were dependent on, they were solely dependent on the ticket revenue when it comes to their production.
You charge $100,000 to do a show in Ghana, but the reality is you can't sell $100,000 of tickets. Half of your December shows by your favorite artists were all free. Maka. We're all free. Yeah. They just gave tickets for people to fill it up. It's an ego trip. Because there's a system. You market in a certain way, you will get your money back. But there's no shortcut around it thinking that Charlie Wizoda Dig is an airport. No.
Well, Chabo, you can start this for me, and let's get ready to wrap up.
The problem, I think the factors are many.
Okay.
But one thing is for sure, what Rudy Kwachi is saying is true. I agree with him, just based on experience and what is going on. And in fact, I've raised this concern before, but not direct as the way that Rudy is saying. Yes. For me, I've been saying that we have overestimated the entertainment industry. The value that
you keep talking about
is in there. We have overestimated it, and the factors of this overestimation we can contribute some to our chairman.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to use the other one. Our chairman pay without asking for any returns. So they are willing to pamper some of our musicians in a way that our musicians will feel that they are at that level to charge the amount or to call for the money that they call for. Most of them will be deceived by that thing. You see, Shatta Wale, for as an example, Shatta can mention a money that even industry players will hear and go like, nah.
They even
This
doubt.
can't be true. Yes,
Sometimes they doubt.
they will doubt it until they see the money or until they get
They
evidence
confirm,
of it.
yeah,
Yes,
that
and then
indeed.
they will say that, hey, it is true.
Yeah.
Why were they doubting? It's because they know that the value of the entertainment economy here
It's not up to
is
that level.
not up to that.
Yeah.
So people like Shatta Wale, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, and others may have the privilege of getting that value, getting that money, but those who are organizing the shows will not get the return from it. They won't.
The investors,
Yes.
they'll definitely not make
Yes,
their-
especially the chairman. They won't. And for them, they don't care about getting the returns. They care about they are the ones bringing Shatta Wale. They are the ones.
That pride.
Yeah, that pride. They are the ones who brought Shatta Wale to a certain place that others went in for Shatta Wale, but they couldn't pay. That's the conversation that we are in now, and
Okay.
that's what is causing this. You see, because there's a chairman be in, let's say, Sehri Asanyene so or Efia Kwanta somewhere, and they will come. Shatta Wale, we want you at Sehri Asanyene so. Shatta will say $200,000. Who say? Oh, chairman, your machine on none home. Hey, 200. How? So the one who wants to do business, like he wants to bring Shatta Wale, charge fee and make returns cannot because we're born a man pushy.
Not out.
And it should be like that for some time, and then Shatta will go like, okay, maybe this is too high, so let me reduce it. Before Shatta will say, let me reduce it, chairman be MPH with the same area and say, I'll pay. Hey, because of Bakone Baye went to me, Wakoka say, hey, Shatta Wale, Ukwa, the other born in the chairman be tia. Just to say, me too, I did. Yeah, by chairman is not looking for any return for that money that he has paid. So obviously, it is just for the show. For chairman to say, sir, I am the one who brought Shatta Wale to Yamwasi or to Nkoko or wherever. That is it. So because of that, we are getting to the point that even the organizers who wish, or the promoters, music promoters, who wish that they can get Shatta to come for a show and get returns by selling tickets, they are now going to lobby the chairman to help them sponsor, do whatever, and then come for a show. So still, you cannot sell ticket to make the money that you pay Shatta Wale or Stonebwoy or Sarkodie or whoever. So obviously, after chairman paying and not looking for any return, they open free ticket to be a money because for them they have paid.
Of course, and they actually want a full house.
So they want to make it look good and all those things. So what he's saying is true, and it's a way. There's a two-way to this thing. Since Shatta can call for the money and somebody will pay, obviously he will still call for them because people are paying. Until he will see that he will call for that money and nobody is ready to pay because they can't afford it. Not because Sondodo or he doesn't deserve it. It's about what you are calling for and what I can afford.
Yeah, your ability to afford.
Yeah. And yes, you deserve more than that, but I can't afford that. This is what I can afford. If you think it's within the range that you also be okay, let's do it. That's how it's supposed to be. But we have gone past that stage because there are some people who are just putting in the money without asking for any returns. And this is the problem why we are where we are for Rudy Kwachi to say what he's saying. What he's saying is true. For anybody who is in the industry and monitoring what is going on, you will know that when they call for a show for big artists in Ghana here, they are not looking at the ticket sales.
Returns,
No. They are only looking at how many people came, how was the place. The optics is the ultimate here. So for me, I think he's right. And the only way for us to get back to maybe the normalcy, as people will say, is for those who are doing business, like who wants to sell tickets to make money from the artist, to be the one negotiating and telling the artist exactly what is happening here. Collaboration between the promoters and the artists, they shouldn't be lying to them. You know, some of the promoters will also come and beg Shatta Wale, and Shatta will say, oh, this guy, he my guy, let's do it.
Make you consider him.
Make you consider him. Only for you to hear that, oh, Chairman Crown, no, say on there, you be a Chan Ketwe bin you and all those things. So because of that, sometimes the artists will not want to compromise. Because those that they are working with will be using it against them and all those
they'll spoil their market.
So, yes, exactly. So for me, I think the factors are many, but the basic one is the one that they have pampered the artists to a point that they can't pay them and make ticket sales to recover. No.
I see. So Rudy Kwachi is asking, these artists, you should sometimes advise yourselves instead of putting money away, stressing, and still not making anything in return. Advise yourself. Well, let me go on to listen to Clifford Bano, what he says on this. Then we can run away from here.
Chemo has nailed it all.
Good.
Truly, we share events. Now share the costs that goes into organizing events. Sometimes I ask myself, so how do these people make their money? Because even sometimes the staging and the light alone, that is Mpumbai. The venue itself.
Yeah. The cost
The
involved.
cost, like,
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
True.
And I was asking Roland, Charlie, how do people still share? Your book academia. Academia. But after the Chebuka, sometimes for the optics and to keep your relevance. And probably I sometimes go and say, what started trend? I say Shatwale or Freedom Street, right? So just to keep that consistency. Say every year you will come up with this program, you will just try to fancy it, but not necessarily getting anything in returns. Because social ticket sales per popular regular 100 cedis, VIP 500, 1,000 credit in some for better.
All right.
People will buy, but I hear because make a be average salary 2,500. 1,000 half of the man's salary and ticket for a night show. It takes a really diehard fun. And how often will you do this? Once a year I can volunteer and do it. But how often can I do this? As an average worker. So it's difficult. In the usual setting, the party there, there is some point. But then I also ask a question. So how do promoters also organize such a show, even without a sponsor, but still get their proceeds back? At least they should be able to pay for whatever instruments or whatever artists they brought. Because that one I was talking to Roland, I was like, sometimes they finish and they hold, you have to go and pay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I've been wondering, trust me.
But let me ask you, because you are an outsider more, why is it hard for people to buy tickets to attend our shows? You have been working with some people who are outside of the entertainment industry. So, for instance, when they hear, oh, Shatta is about to have a show, Stonebwoy is about to have a show, Sarkwell is have, what are the things that can influence them to go buy the tickets, to go see the concert? Or what are the things that is not making them not buy the tickets?
Okay, one, depending on the love you have for the artist, or depending on the promoters, you know, if maybe Chemo is organizing a program, you know it will definitely be a hit. So I'll never love to miss Chemo's program.
Okay.
So I'll do everything possible to go. Two, if I like the people he's billing on board, I will go. 3, it depends on my economy or my current situation.
So the ticket is the price.
The price. Yeah. And my current situation as I then. Say, Yama Mujuma me. I want to say live there. Ebu I mujo. No matter what to be, I mujo my bis one name why tight. Some people may even plan to go. Why yeah no one so I say no ya so no. Then something to come I will born naturally. So share revenue they call me divert ko amo aka be born kakra. No a year. 3. And if I'll make it personal, I won't go for a show when I don't have a ride.
We don't have a car.
I cost about 90 all the way from Lavadi to like Kanishi before. Who in that car? Everyone gets going for a car.
Okay.
You request right, you don't get like, oh, you are stopping cars and a month for stopping our Kwako negotiator and Kwako bargain say, oh, maybe I may come out over here. We stop here, no, we are one day we brain on there, no cry. So at the end of the day, we have to walk all the way from like Lavadia down to Kanishi, getting to Doko. And I was like, why not summa? Like, So these are some of the factors. Me like this. So me call now say maybe I don't have a car or my car is faulty or anything. I don't worry myself to go unless I know I have a means of transport. Okay. And they may call because me Kojimeni and Pond I'll come and struggle on my way back home. And she also knows that most of the average Ghanaians know and you'll be an worker. So these are some of the reasons. It is why a friends factors. Oh, Charlie call this show. You are planning. Oh, we are all going together. Another why we all know any so I chill be or now or they flex or baby. So a lot of factors come to play. Yeah.
Well, for me, I think it will be about the price.
The price.
What is the price?
The price in the
event
ticket price,
are
yes,
high in Ghana.
Yes, and what will make it high is the amount that they pay the logistics and the musicians and all. Yeah, sometimes the logistics utibia utribebo.
Yeah, no, some of them are.
Man, who price ni be na?
Yeah.
And you know, who say be chia musician can now take it no what price in say. So
Unya sponsorship
Beyonce so
yes, so because I've taken the cost of the logistics for you.
Exactly. So
publicity crumple easy.
You see,
security.
You see,
over I've seen that Afrochella we have free tickets arranged. Next is free tickets. That most people didn't go. Yeah, most people didn't go.
We are aware of one show that after the show, the person was praising Shatta and wishing that he will even do another show with Shatta.
Yeah.
Because Shatta considered the person.
Yes.
Took some amount to be or no. Shatta was okay, I'm doing it. And it went well for the person. And you know, no, saying call say Shatta may be like annual kind of thing. So when it happens like that, the person will be willing to even double or get closer to what he paid earlier.
Yeah.
Because Shatta said me the chair. And I'm a Joe.
So the next one, do you think of a Joe? You take more.
The person will even pay because
he knows the returns.
Who return now? The actual value.
Yes.
Who the actual value? Now the problem is that before the person will make the proposal, Shatta might be triple that amount to Shatta. So Shatta is now available.
So Chavez, what do they say?
And then I cannot.
Satisfaction,
egoism,
but that ego, that's the say or no. Me na me dey Shatta buy anyone.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we wrap up for today's edition of Showbiz Daily, right here on Sammy Flex TV. And more gratitude to men like Clifford Barno, as well as in Team Dodo Solomon with our team of producers, Theophilus Digosh, Desert, as well as Sam Tuga. Remember to subscribe to us and let us read your comments in the comment section. Tell others about Sammy Flex TV and Showbiz Daily. They won't regret it. I'm out of here. My name is Sammy Flex. Bye.
Danny Beats Classic.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't will make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. For check it. Green select glucometer. For check it. Put sugar level for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.